Hi, I'm Luke Ayers, and let's talk about the camera you really need. Okay? Now, this is extremely opinionated, and no one can be trusted because everyone says something different. Okay? Now, there's an old saying that says the best camera is the one you have with you. Well, I say the best camera is the one you know how to use to get the shot you want. Okay? Now think of it like this. There's a million different cameras to choose from. And you'll listen to several thousand different people and you'll get several thousand different opinions. Literally, and there is no answer that you're going to be happy with because it all depends. Just like choosing a car, there's not necessarily the best car. It's completely preference, right? So don't go by how much it costs or what features it has or what they say it is best for. Don't even listen to that. Choose the camera which you know how to use to get the result that you want. Because maybe they don't know the kind of photo that you want to take. All right? Maybe they think they know, but they don't really know. Only you know what you want to create. Okay? And the right camera for that is the camera that you see you can create that result with. And the good news is, almost any camera can be the right camera for you. Okay? Now, why do I say that? Well, the simple truth is this. Every camera has the same controls. If you learn these controls, you can use any camera to get a decent photo. Now that creates instantly, oh my God, no, this is not right. This is not right because blah, 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 and blah, 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 and this thing just came out, and la. Let me just make this very simple, okay? Back in the old days, the first cameras that came out were these film cameras, okay? This is a very simple film camera. It's about 50 years old, okay? It has about 3 controls on it, okay? The first control is this thing here. It changes your shutter speed, which is how long it captures light for. It has a lens on it, and on the lens there's a little thing called an aperture. Aperture means hole. You can adjust how open or closed this hole is, which just changes how much light goes into the camera. And behind all of that, basically, is something to record the light. Okay, the word camera literally means a box. That's what a camera is. It is a box. Okay, and this very old film camera just has, inside the box, it just has a roll of film. This is what cameras first used. It's like a strip of this paper stuff, and light, when it hits it, it imprints onto it. A copy of what was seen through the camera lens. Okay? That's the 3 parts to a camera. That's the 3 controls of a camera. If you know how to use these 3 controls, you can take the photo that you want. Okay? Now, all down the ages since film, there have been many cameras come out. And many different voices yelling at you saying, no, you need this one, no, you need that one, no, you need this one, no, oh my God, there are just so many to choose from. And it's like choosing a car, okay? There is no right car, okay? It's the car that you know how to drive. And just because you spent 100 grand on a Lamborghini, 500 grand on a Lamborghini, doesn't make you a better driver, okay? So like, seriously, I have several cameras. This big one I use for my professional work. Not because it has a trillion looking buttons on it. This has the same 3 damn controls as this film camera. It has something to change the shutter speed. That's the door that opens and closes. It's got something to change the aperture, how wide or close the hole in the lens is. And because this is a digital camera, instead of a roll of film in it, it has a little computer screen digital thing that just captures the light and records it onto a memory card. Okay, then that goes in the computer and you can see it. Those are the only three controls that I use. Okay? To hell with the rest of this. The rest of this camera, and the reason why I bought it, is because it's deliberately big, so my hands can grip it well. Okay? It also has a supermassive battery in it. Okay? Which means I can take a lot of shots and not have to worry about the battery running out. That's why I chose this camera, for these 5 things. Not because the marketing said, oh, it has this many megapixels and this. This is a 2012 model. Okay, this is ancient. This shouldn't be able to take good photos, says the current day marketing. Okay? But now, obviously, this is kind of big, so if I'm just like traveling, I like something a bit smaller, such as this. Okay? These two take the exact same photos, believe it or not. Okay? They're just shaped differently, and if you look on here, this has the same 3 controls. A shutter speed, a thing for the aperture, and inside is a digital sensor. Okay? The same 3 things. This has other knobs, and this has a menu, and this has many fancy little things that the salesman would say, oh, you need this one because this has a specialness to it that will make your photos look like Cleopatra. And that's going to mean something for some reason. No, it don't mean bullshit. Okay? From the first camera down through the ages, all cameras do the same thing. And all you need is a camera that has these 3 controls. That's why I don't necessarily promote using phones for photography if you want to be serious about it, because phones don't usually give you access to these 3 important controls. Okay? If you want to be a good photographer, you just need to understand the 3 ways to control a camera, and then choose the camera that, you know, feels good for you and is going to be like nimble enough for you to get the shot you want. And then the rest of the stuff that you worry about is what's in front of the camera, because that's what you're trying to capture. So just capture the right thing. And so you study these other things, such as lighting and composition and knowing what colors might look good together and knowing how to dress that person and posing and all these other things that happen in front of the camera. The camera's not going to do jack shit for your light, for your posing, your composition. The camera is just a little box that all that picture gets saved into. Okay? So don't worry about the camera. Get the camera that you feel confident you can use and practice. That's why I make these tutorials. That's why I have courses, so that you get the most important thing, education.
Please subscribe and enable the bell so you don't miss any of our new shows. Like the video and please share it and leave your comments. I love hearing from you. And remember to get out and capture your own images of life.